Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. I've got a little bit of time to kill, not quite enough to stream, so I thought we'd do an offline episode and just try and tidy up the last part of this Season Journey Chapter 2. We're going to keep it on Master level just for the moment. We don't need to move it up to Torment. Moving it up to Torment would, of course, be good, but I just want to double check how we are with our gearing. So let's hop on Master, and I'll just explain what we're going to do. Okay, now with our co-op character, we found this wonderful etched sigil. Having a look at it, it looks like we're going to lose 27% damage, which is quite significant. It's like a quarter of our damage going right there. One thing I do want to do is I want to upgrade our current equipment as well. So let's have a look and see what we can do about that. Let's go for highest usable and see what the options are. Now at the moment we don't have a huge number of plans, so it looks like we're going to be stuck with Canes and Guardians. Not terrible to start with, but certainly not the greatest. So yeah, if we do Guardians for 3 and Canes for 3, that'll be probably the best. These are going to take up some of our bounty materials, but this is why we have... Ooh, actually, we don't have enough money for more than a couple of these. Okay, let's do Guardians then, so we've got the extra survivability. We're going to lose the 25% damage reduction from the String of Ears, but we should be able to get money quite quickly. So Guardians goes there. We want Guardian's head. There we go. That's pretty reasonable. And we're going to want Guardian's wrists, BBB braces. There we go. And that is pretty significant in terms of increasing our survivability. Also, the number, so the amount of experience we're going to get is increasing as well. Shame it spawned with lightning damage on it. We will eventually go for plus to fire damage, but for now that's more than reasonable. We could make ourselves a new chest. That's going to be worth it. Basically, anything that's massively undergeared, we're going to look at improving. So we'll take that. We'll salvage up this and we'll take one of the gems and stick it in. Shoulders, we can make new shoulders because these are level 66. Yeah, they're better. And we could do the 2 remaining pieces of Sage's set, level 60. But I think they're probably reasonable enough, and having the plus 35 to all stats, I don't know. It's a tough call. Let's have a look. So, actually, no, this is going to be a flat improvement. And it increases arcane torrent damage, which is amazing. So where are gloves? There they are. Gone. Okay. So, salvaging up this. We'll take that. We'll put that in there to help. Goodbye, Sage's Orbit. Goodbye, Sage's Journey. Goodbye, Sage's Gesture. String of Ears will eventually go in the cube. And the etched sigil is going to go in our hand. We're losing 28.2% damage now, based on the upgrades that we've done. Which is, it's a significant amount, but we have increased our damage because of the upgrades we've made. So, having the etched sigil, we get that wonderful benefit of Meteor being cast, and also if we change over Electrocute now for Black Hole, where's Blazer? There we go. We'll have that spawning as well periodically. It's a pretty good place to be, Okay, one last thing we can do is we can go along to the cube and just double check that we have the right things we want here. Mage Fist, yep, that's correct. Mad Monarch Scepter, that's correct. We don't have anything over this side just yet, but we don't have enough Death's Breath to put anything in there. So, for the objectives, and the reason we're doing this is so we can actually get the first part of Hadrig's gift. We need to kill Rakanoth and we need to kill the Skeleton King. Seems pretty straightforward, so let's hop on straight across. In fact, we're in the correct act. Let's go and murder Rakanoth, and we'll just see how survivable we are actually in this starting area. I'm pretty certain we're going to be fine, because we were fine getting up to this level. Yeah, we're very fine. We could up this to Torment. But sanity tells me it would be worth us just holding off until we have that extra cheat death. Just to make sure we're not going to do anything foolish. Now, I know it's not actually up this way we want to go. I'm just, once again, practicing with dropping the black holes and meteors everywhere. Meteor does trigger a lot faster by the look of it. We could get meteors all over the screen if we wanted. Stop following me, mate. But the black hole does still come out pretty quickly. And we are saving so much in terms of arcane power doing this. We still want Herbadash's binding. That'll make a big, big difference. Well, in an ideal world, it reduces our arcane torrent power usage by 65%. Let's put this in to movement speed. The other reason I've gone for Guardians is the plus 15% movement speed, because I hate being slow. It is like terror bad. Okay, Rakanoth. Let's start you going, mate. Now, once we do get more of the Firebird set, the different types of fire damage we're doing are enough to set the mobs on fire. So we've got a combination of things. We've got the Arcane Torrent itself. We've got potentially weapon damage if our weapon does fire damage. We've got the Black Hole, and we have that wonderful meteor coming down as well. And we get a little horde out of this. Now, what unique helmet did we find? Well, everyone loves a crown, right? So, Leoric's crown, that's actually a pretty nice one. It would increase our damage. We'd be a lot less survivable if we did that, though. Maybe we'll hold on to it. It's certainly worth considering using at some point. Okay, the last thing we had to do was go and kill the Skeleton King. Pretty straightforward fight as well, so let's hop on in and get him done. Now we could just run on through, but again, I just don't want to leave any mobs like standing behind us. Some will occasionally, like, in fact, mostly is if they're standing in our way, I'll take the time to kill them. I do love the extra experience, and at this point we are going to get a couple of Paragon levels, which will help our character overall. So I see it as semi-justified. Unfortunately, we don't actually have a generator on our bar at the moment, so if we run out, we have to just play keep away for a little bit until our arcane power comes back. Once we've got a full amount, though, we can really get things hammering. 101 kills. Oh, that was probably a waste of a black hole. Opening doors when you don't have electrocute on. Gotta be done with Arcane Torrent, I guess. Alright, let's put that level in. More resist all, more attack speed. I am not worried about this fight at all. So this fight's going to give us 2 bits of the Firebird set. I don't know precisely which 2 bits they are, but almost certainly they're going to be better than what we're using. So, touch the king, wake the king. How you doing, buddy? You look a little sleepy. You feeling sleepy? I was feeling sleepy this morning. Good damage. Very, very nice. And then we just wait for a moment while our arcane power comes back. Let's get some of these murdered as well. Certainly not having the electrocute does slow us down in the long run, but for burst damage we're a lot better. So Hergabash's binding is definitely going to be the next thing we need. In fact, that by itself might be enough. Ooh, let's grab the loot as well. Yeah, might be enough for us to be able to Arcane Torrent indefinitely. Or at least close enough to indefinitely that we don't really care anymore. And it's because of this arcane power usage and the way we're having to cycle through things that I didn't want to just immediately jump up to Torment without testing it. Alright, let's head back to town. Okay. Right, so we've completed the Season Journey Part 2. Let's get this. And what do we get? We get the gloves and the helmet. That's actually not brilliant. It's not terrible, but it's not brilliant. The gloves, fine. The helmet, we were kind of using that for Guardians. Let's ID these. And we'll see what they're like. We lose toughness with this quite significantly, but we do a bit more damage. That's actually not a brilliantly rolled glove. And once again, we lose more toughness with this, but we do even more damage. And we lose our movement speed. Okay, so we need to decide what we want to actually put in it. Cooldown of skills, probably not useful. Reducing resource costs will be. So let's do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, so we could do 11 seconds now. I'd say that's pretty reasonable. Let's salvage what we found up. And we may as well get rid of Guardian's hat, actually. It's not going to be serving us any use. The crown can come over here, and we'll drop off our gems. Okay, well, we may as well put the difficulty up now. Now that we have 2 pieces of the set. If we find a 3rd piece, we'll actually get the 4-piece set bonus because of our Ring of Royal Grandeur. We've already done 9 out of 11 objectives for the part 3. So let's put this up to Torment 1. We'll just have a look and see what we've got to do. So we've got to kill Adria. Cool. And we've got to kill the Siegebreaker. Alright, well, we can do both of those right now. Which will give us 4 pieces of the set. Brilliant. Yeah, we may as well do them on Torment, because it wasn't massively difficult before. Let's do the Siegebreaker first, though. Now, we are going to be less survivable. Mobs are going to be a little bit harder. So, on the way over, we'll also, like, sanity check how survivable we are. But this is going to make a huge difference to the way we play, getting the 4-piece set. And in fact, that means that if we find 1 bit, we would get the 6-piece set, in theory. We'd have to find the right bit, of course, but it puts us in a very good position for rapidly improving our character and then bumping up the levels even further. Man, our kill speed is pretty awesome at the moment. Let's put this point in on life per hit. Yeah, we may as well stop and help out Captain Hale. We're not in a massive rush. We've certainly got enough time this episode to do both of these boss fights and help out a little bit. Yep, they have. And this is also a good test at how survivable we are against those bloody fireballers. Yes, Captain Hale, they are trying to ambush us. Right, let's run around just a little bit, get some more arcane power, that'll do. Alright, we'll just get a little bit more, and there we go. We can focus on you now. I mean, we can almost hold it down constantly now. We just lose the extra damage bonus from chaining it consistently because it kind of ends up stutter stepping at the end. But that's still fine because most of the damage is going to be coming from the meteor and general explosions and everything else that we're doing. The meteor and the black hole are most of what we want at the moment, and eventually it will be down to things burning and that increasing our damage. So having the arcane torrent not going full pelt all the time is not a huge problem for us. Don't be following us. Don't want people like doing fireballs in our bum. And what do we got? We got another Enlightened Shrine. Well, yep, a little bit of extra experience for the moment. I will certainly take that. How are we doing? Nice little spot down. Oh, well, seeing as we're here. That was relatively straightforward. And we've gained another Garrigan level. Let's put that into attack speed. Now, I could probably do that better by not doing attack speed and instead doing like critical chance or critical damage or something like that. But once I've got the Firebird set, I'm going to look at what I really want to focus on with them. Like how my usage is and things like that. And then we'll take it from there. But for the moment, there's no point in really focusing. It's only a couple of points. And it makes very little difference to our overall usage. Let's try and keep these kills and damage going. $60, not bad. Not bad at all. Did we... Oh, we lost Cormac's somewhere. We should probably upgrade Cormac's equipment as well, you know, just to help him out a little bit. So at least he can feel he's doing something worthwhile. Come on, out my way. You're blocking the road. Nope. Let's stand back just a little bit for sanity's sake. Frozen wall. This is actually quite a nasty combination, so I do want to fight them a bit more carefully. And nightmarish. Oh my god, right. We're definitely eliminating some of these. Whoa. Yep, did not want to get caught in that. That would have been very nasty. I mean, we do have our extra cheat deaths, so we wouldn't be completely boned, but Frozen Wall and Nightmarish is a nasty, nasty combination. Making you run away, then potentially freezing you while you're doing it, and then all those fireballs happening at range as well. Dead. And dead. Okay. Well, now that that immediate worry is over, let's get back to what we were trying to do. We could have just bypassed them, of course. But where's the fun in that? And where is this goblin? He's just standing up here. Alright. I think we're going to get enough on him for him to go. Yeah, there we go. We've got another couple of plans. And another Death's Breath. Alright, I think we are ready for this fight. Cormac, you distract him while I murder him. Look at all those reflect damages coming off him. Oh, he's got us. Ugh. And this is kind of why I'm doing life on hit as well, because I don't think he's got enough to one-shot us. So I just want to constantly be able to heal and, you know, take out large swaths of enemy. Oh, ow. Let's get our health back up. There we go. The beast is down indeed. Alright. Last one is gonna be Adria of the Ruins of Corvus. We will get an indicator of where she is when we head across here. We just need to actually find our way through the Ruins of Corvus. And as I've said many times, I do like the Ruins of Corvus as a place. Even though, like, it's much the same as the Spider Caverns, the paths are wider, and it feels a lot better designed. And also, you don't get slowed down as much by the annoying little things. There's no, like, guaranteed spiders with webbing and all kinds of annoying crap like that. So it does make a huge difference, I'd say. And we're going to get quite a bit of experience from these massacre bonuses. Bonuses? Boni? Boni, I think it is. That's 2 Garrigan levels we've picked up right there. I should assign those, actually. So that's going in movement speed and on life per hit. We could do resource cost reduction over there, but for the moment, I'm happy with life on hit. We're not really that resource starved. Every percentage bit does help, but I'd rather get used to playing cautiously at this point. Okay, we've got another Death's Breath. We'll grab these. Carry on around the corner. Another 54 mobs killed.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
Now, the big question is this actually where we want to be going? I think it is. We are shooting up the levels down in this this dungeon. Gotta love it. Let's open this up, get everyone together in the same combat. Try and maximize our potential massacre bonus. Didn't quite make it through the door in time, but that's fine. I mean, it's not like we're going to be leveling slower because of it. Let's just stand back a little bit from that. One of them I'd happily face tank, 3 of them not so much. Cool, and we're already here. Alright, well, we'll just kill a couple of things that are left behind outside. You know, don't want them to feel lonely without their friends. And then refresh these and get in this fight. And, oh yes, look at her health going down.
I don't have enough arcane power.
Yeah, and we'll run around for a little bit just to get some more arcane power. Poor Cormac. He's already tired. We'll just keep focused on her. It won't take us long to take her down. We just want to make sure that we're triggering these to get the blood on the floor often enough so that it vanishes in time, so that we've actually got places to walk later on. Because the last thing I want is not to actually have anywhere to be able to walk. And in the future we'll want to be killing her rather than touching those at all. Or just do like clever teleports and things like that to try and keep on top of it. We could probably face tank the blood puddles on the ground. I don't think that would be too difficult, but yeah. We don't really want to. No one likes just standing in a pile of blood that's actually draining your health. I do wonder what it is that she's actually summoned with those. And they look massively disgusting, but they're not like obviously specific limbs or internal organs. Maybe like blood leeches or something? Hard to say. Cool. So Adria is dead. Our season journey part 3 is done. Let's assign these Garrigan points, and let's salvage some stuff up to clear a little bit of space. In fact, what are you using? You're using a level 60 weapon at the moment. That'll do more for you. Have that. Eventually we'll get him like an actual strength-based weapon, but for the moment, that's more than plenty. Right, there's Sunder. We should teach that to Shen. We can salvage up Earth Shatter, actually. And let's get the next part of the gift. So, what are we going to get? We are getting the shoulders and the boots. I'm very happy with that. They are going to fit in quite nicely with what we have. Extra damage? Cool. And extra damage. Okay. So now dealing fire damage causes the enemy to take 1000% weapon damage as fire per second for 3 seconds, which can be repeated by second and third skill. When they've got 3 different ones on them, they will take 3000% weapon damage until they die. So we can now, using Arcane Torrent, Black Hole, and Meteor, and potentially Magic Weapon as well, set things on fire permanently until they die. That is the crux of the Firebird build. Let's teach this to Shen, and we'll just salvage up the last couple of bits. So next priority for us is definitely going to be getting Hug Bash's binding. But just before we run off, let's we'll not go fight Malthiel. Let's go to West March. And we'll just try setting some things on fire. Man, everything's going to die so quickly just from this. We may need to up the difficulty level accordingly. Because 1000% weapon damage per second, it doesn't necessarily sound like much, but with the different skills all stacking on top of each other, it very quickly adds up. And we're still doing our regular damage on top of that. Oh, a goblin. That'll be a brilliant test. So I think he was properly ignited. They'd get that little fire symbol above their head when they're done. And we've got a bunch of blood shards we can spend now, actually. You know what? Seeing as we're here, we may as well see if we can find Urziel and kill him. Grab the pool of reflection. Now, of course, at the moment we only have one etched sigil. I'd rather have a level 71 if we could. But the one that we've got will have to do. We will need to move it between our characters as we switch back and forth between our solo and our co-op. But eventually, once our co-op character's up to level 70, it'll be a bit of a moot point anyway. So Garrigan 16. It's going very nicely. All I want is to find where Urziel is. Have you seen Urziel? Like, is he down here? I think he might be. Maybe he's over this way. Not up that bit. Maybe a little bit further along. Let's just help these guys burn to death. So yeah, getting hit by Arcane Torrent and then taking the burn damage from Magic Weapon and then getting a Meteor on will be enough for most things. We could also swap Meteor for the Blizzard skill that covers the entire screen in fire. That would be pretty cool. Alright, let's go kill this guy. Hello! While you're doing your bit, I'll get more life on hit.
Nothing that you do matters.
Alright, dude. He's already burning to death, so we could just like walk around and ignore him and he will just die over time. But we want to speed this up, of course. So the more damage we can get on him, the better.
The demon spawn shall perish in flames.
Huh. He's immune while he's doing his talk. That's alright. How much damage does it actually do? That does a reasonable amount over time. And we're not too fussed about him hurting us, but we do need to be a little bit careful about it. Certainly, the cannon doesn't do too much. The flamethrower would, and standing in his fire as he's landing would hurt. But look at that, his health is shooting down so quickly. Big difference from previous times when we fought him. Cool, and we get a Death's Breath as well. Well, let's head back to town. Okay, very quickly in our stash, let's have a look and see what we have. We could put Broken Promises in the cube. We could also put the Ring of Raw Grandeur in. I think we'll keep the Ring of Raw Grandeur and we'll put Broken Promises in. We've got enough Death's Breaths that we can do that, and that'll it'll certainly help. So fill and transmute. There we go. Broken Promises. So we've got something in there. That's the third power cubed. Right. Having a very quick look at our chapter 4 objectives. We've got quite a lot that we're going to need to do. We're going to need to reforge a weapon property to a socket. We've got to finish level 70 Rift. Well, that'll happen easily. And then Key Wardens at Torment 4. And Great Rift level 20 solo. Upgrading. Yeah, so mostly it looks like getting to Torment 4 is going to be our plan. But I think this is going to be a good point for us to finish this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed this. And we have massively changed the way our wizard works. We have the start of the Firebird set going quite nicely. If you are enjoying these videos, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, there should be a link in front of you now, and you can do so and be told when the new episodes go up. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for some more Diablo 3. See you soon.